I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, thank you. Awesome. Awesome. We are so excited. Queen Twitter. Queen Twitter, can you hear me? I'm here.
Yes, I can hear
Um,
you. Yes, I can hear
Folks,
you.
we hear Queen Twitter all the time, and she has over 500,000 people on her Twitter following, which still amazes me. Every time I say that, I'm like, I can't even believe that's possible. So that's just pretty darn good. And so you know what? Sometime we're going to have you do one of these trainings for us, Queen Twitter, and teach us all how to have a 500,000 Twitter following. That would be awesome.
All right.
So, all right, we're going to get started, and folks, Jay Joshua is just outdone himself. I got to tell you, we started doing some traffic, and I really didn't really understand what that meant because I've not done a lot of internet marketing as far as calling leads and doing that thing. And so I'm here learning just right along with the rest of you. My specialty and what I do well is work kind of building teams and building people and doing three ways and building that way. And I've always built it kind of in depth and really got down there. And in one company I've had teams of well over 100 and 200 and 300 deep, and that's kind of been my thing, and that's always been they tell you build depth for stability, right? So Jay Joshua kept telling me how we're going to have all these great leads with the one-day work week, and I've had a bunch of leads. I've been working over the last few weeks, and he's testing things. And so over the weekend, he told me, be ready for Monday. And I was like, all right, what? I figured it'd kind of be the same thing. He goes, no, you don't understand, Dave. He goes, I've done some solo ads and the one-day work week. We've got some stuff that are getting ready to hit, and you are going to be really busy. And I was like, okay, I believe you, I guess. And folks, I got to tell you, my phone started ringing at 9 o'clock this morning, and I have not been off the phone all day long. And I've talked to some absolutely amazing people and had a two, what I would call, I rate my leads from 1 to 10, and anything fours or lower aren't, maybe, I don't know how to say that. They don't get the right priority. You get some people that are fours and under, and then you get the fives through sevens, and those are the ones that you want to really work with and get started. And I got to tell you, Jay Joshua, I had 2 8s today. I had 2 of the absolute best leads and best people I've ever talked to. They were amazing, really excited, and I'm going to be following up with them tomorrow and throughout the week. So excellent, excellent leads. Before we get started tonight, and I'll go ahead and introduce the owner of and the host for tonight. Before we get started, we do have a new Max team leader that's on the webinar tonight. So I'm going to try and see if I can do this. Last time I didn't do it right, but let me say unmute that. And Melvin Thomas, are you out there? Can you hear me, sir? And you should be unmuted. So if you can talk into your mic. Uh-oh. Well, Melvin became a Max team leader over the weekend, and he is our newest Max team leader. And I actually wanted to get him on and maybe do a testimonial, but let's try it again. Melvin, are you there? All right. Sometimes, sometimes if you want to call in too, maybe that's better, and we need to work on it. So we'll do. That's my fault. I wasn't sure if that was going to work or not. So, Melvin, I'll give you one more shot. All right, so Melvin is our newest Max team leader. We actually had 2 new Max team leaders over the weekend, and Melvin has been working really hard, and he's been out there he's been getting presentations to people, and every single person that Melvin introduces me to are all in that 5 to 7 range. And today
Dave,
I think we had an actual, yes, ma'am.
Dave,
Yes, ma'am.
when you unmuted Melvin had himself muted.
Okay, let's try it again. Melvin, can you hear us?
He needs to unmute himself.
Melvin, can you unmute yourself on your end, sir? That's right. I'll keep talking about it. Mel, if you come on in the next 30 seconds, let me know if you just click in. But so anyway, so today we had an 8. That was a third 8 that I talked to today, because Melvin had a son with a young lady, and I got to tell you, it was a perfect 3-way call. Started off, she's a little defensive, and the more we talked, the more she got to know us, the more she opened up, and I really believe she'll be joining our team as well. And she was 46 years old, same age as myself, and just knew the industry and knew network marketing. And Melvin, I got to say that she was absolutely an amazing prospect, so I really had a pleasure meeting her. Is that you, Melvin? You on? All right. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get on with the webinar, and Melvin, I'll go ahead and introduce you hopefully tomorrow night on the webinar. So Melvin has been bringing in leads and introducing me to people, almost one or 2 people per week, and we've been doing 3 ways, and he's been signing people up, and he's well on his way to building a huge team. So we're really excited about that. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce the owner of the company. And like I started saying when we first came on here, I think Jay Josh was absolutely outdone himself with the one-day work week. I was really excited the last couple of weeks, and I guess I didn't even know what I had my hands on because I was working leads and things were rocking and rolling. And then today it just exploded. And literally, I had so many quality people to work with and talk to, and just had a great day, a lot of fun. So, Jay Joshua, I'm going to go ahead and give this over to you, sir.
Awesome, awesome, Dave. Well, you mentioned a couple of things that we want to talk about. The first one is, what does it take to really create success? And, one of the things I've been really blessed with in my lifetime is having the opportunity to live a successful life. And I want to define that for everybody here on the call. A successful life, at least according to Donald Trump, is to be able to do what you love so much that you would actually be willing to do it for free. And when I tell people that I'm successful, sometimes I have a lot of money in the bank account. Sometimes I don't have any money in the bank account. Sometimes I'm driving a car that goes 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds, and it'll hurt your neck and you'll be at the chiropractor for weeks. Sometimes I'm driving an old Cadillac. But I've always considered myself successful for a couple of reasons. Number one, because I love what I do. And what is it that I do? I help people all around the world really bring their dreams to life. And I have the privilege of working from home. I have a beautiful daughter. I have a healthy lifestyle. Some of you can hear some noise in the background. That's my daughter's brand new puppy that I got her from Christmas. And a puppy has no idea what it means to be quiet during a webinar, so that's okay. You might hear some little squeaks and things coming from her today. But I love what I do, and that's what makes me successful. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. Many of you out here on today's call, you need to get connected with your why. Why is it that you're doing a business? And everybody says, well, I want to make money. Right. But what is it that you want so much out of life that you're willing to come out of your comfort zone, that you're willing to move past the fears you have in life to reach for something bigger, something greater? For a lot of you, it's your kids. It's your kids, it's your grandkids, it's the lifestyle that you want to be able to provide your family, safety and security, but you really need to get tapped into your why. Our company vision, folks, is to help 100,000 people around the globe be able to enjoy the one-day work week. And I believe firmly that we're going to accomplish that goal. Now, it's not going to take, it's not going to happen in the next few months. It's not going to happen in the next 12 months. But over the next 5 to 10 years, as we continue to build one success after another, one team member after another, we're going to literally transform lives, giving people products that enrich their lives, giving people an opportunity to go out and enjoy time freedom and financial freedom. That's what we do, and we absolutely love what we do. One of the reasons why, Queen is always coming out when she introduces the call. She's always telling people why I chose Dave. Let me tell you something, folks, because, she does a great job of explaining what I've shared with her. Let me tell you why I've chosen Dave. I've chosen Dave because every time I talk to Dave, he knows somebody by name. One of you out here on this call, one of you listening to this recording, he knows you by name, and he's going above and beyond the call of duty, doing everything he can to help you achieve the success that you're looking for so that you can truly begin moving towards that life that I believe you deserve, that life that you really want. Now, Dave was talking about leads, and folks, I'm going to share with you a little bit about what I was able to do this weekend. I'm going to update you on some of the incredible enhancements that we've added into the one-day work week, but I'm going to tell you something right now. It's so much more than just a system. It's so much more than just a leads. The ultimate success in building a business from home with leverage, the way we do with network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales, where you can build a sales team, however you want to frame it. The ultimate goal here is to talk to people. You have to be able to talk to people. Now, if you hate rejection, if you don't like talking to people that you've never met, there's tools, and we'll talk about that over our calls here, folks. You need to be joining us. Make sure you mark your calendar every Monday night for these training calls for the one-day work week. We have tools like My Phone Room that can help you eliminate the rejection that you face. And you still have to talk to people, but you can only talk to people that have already said yes to wanting to take a look at what it is that you have to offer. And maybe you're just not real comfortable with it, and that's what you have to weigh. That's what you have to weigh. Do you want the life you want more than you're afraid of the challenges that you're going to have to face? And when you wake up one day and you realize that what you want more than the fears and concerns that you have about the obstacles you're going to have to overcome to get them. And when you're willing to take massive action to get towards your dreams, then you need to immediately align yourself with a company that has the products, a company that has, the compensation plan, a company that has the marketing message, and most importantly, a company that's willing to teach and train you. And that's exactly what we have here, folks, with Max Lifestyle and the One Day Work Week. Now, we don't have a lot of time on these calls. So I want to move quickly here, and I want to share with you just some of the marketing that we did and some of the results that we did. And I want to help all of you understand something very important. What I'm going to share with you is how I'm generating traffic to the One Day Work Week marketing system. But some of our best results are people doing exactly what Melvin's been doing. Melvin's got the One Day Work Week system, and Melvin's sharing the One Day Work Week system with people that he meets. There's no better lead than somebody you know or somebody that knows you. Whether they're a neighbor and they drink coffee, maybe there's somebody at work and they've been suffering from because their knees are killing them, or they're complaining because they can't seem to get anything done because their neck hurts, their back hurts. Whether it's a product-based lead or an opportunity-based lead, there's no better lead that you can ever work than somebody you know, somebody that you meet. And the very first thing you need to do is invite them to either try the products or go through the One Day Work Week sales system. And then at that point, once they've come through, you want to walk them through the process sometimes of completing the application. And you want to get them on the phone with your upline leadership. We've got Melvin on here who just became a Max team leader. By the way, Melvin, congratulations. When I met you in person out here in Phoenix, took you to lunch, I want to tell you something. I knew right then that you had a why that was going to push you past all your fears and push you past all your concerns. And folks, at some point, we're going to have Melvin out here. He's going to share with you his why. He's going to share with you his personal vision, and you're going to be inspired. And that's what you need to tap into. But getting back to this point, I'm going to share with you, folks, some things that I'm doing with leads. But leads in online marketing is just a conduit to the ultimate way that businesses are built. Businesses are built with customers, people trying the products and services, and companies are built with team members, people that you get to know. You have to talk to those people. Now, we have a system here, the One Day Work Week, that you can use to share with people online or offline, but never forget that if you're looking for a passive way to make money, if you're looking for a way to make money where you never have to talk to anybody ever, I would call a stockbroker if I were you. If you're looking for a way to truly transform your life, if you're looking for a way to enjoy the One Day Work Week, which is where you have the ability to earn full-time income or more, working the equivalent of just 1 day a week, you need to be ready to do what it takes to move past your fears and concerns and step into the unknown and take the path less traveled, folks. So I'm going to share with you some things here that we're doing. I'm going to share with you a cool Facebook trick that I used over the weekend, which I was very successful with. I'm going to show you what can happen when you start to invite people that you know or people that know you through the One Day Work Week sales funnel. And we're going to get as far as we can in the time that we have. But regardless, we're not going to get far enough on this one call to give you everything that you need. And if you're serious about what I've said, if you're serious about your why, and if you're willing to learn what you don't know, and if you're willing to push past your fears and concerns to become the person you need to be, to become the leader that other people are looking for, to begin to achieve massive results in your life personally and in your life in a business perspective, then you need to be reaching out to Dave Kineski, reaching out to your upline leadership, because we're going to be here to help mentor you and coach you. Now, when we do those calls, I'm not listening, I'm not listening to any whining. I don't want to know what so-and-so did or what so-and-so said. But if you're really ready for a breakthrough, then reach out. Because just like Melvin, who got started, Melvin didn't bring a team of 500 people from another company. He didn't bring a team of 50 people from another company. Melvin came in, he brought himself, he brought his why, and he was willing to take massive action. And Dave, I don't know the numbers, but I think it's probably taken Melvin, probably 90 days, 3 months to get to his max team, maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. And when he started, he didn't even have the 1 day work week, okay? But what he had was his dreams and his willingness to take action and do whatever it takes to get from where he is to where he needs to be. And that's why, Dave, you and I have been relentlessly supporting him, mostly you, and look at the results that he's achieved. Now Melvin's in a position to go out, so as are all of our Max team leaders, to go out and start earning those $1,000 checks, those $10,000 checks, those 25% and 50% matching bonuses. and of course, the $500 success guarantee that we've been talking about on our nightly webinars, which I won't have time to cover here tonight. But let's jump right in here, folks. I want to show you some of the things that I did this weekend. And again, this is not meant to guide what you do tonight. This is just meant to show you that there are a ton of very powerful ways that you can go out and grow your business. Now, I'm going to zoom out here just a little bit, and I'm going to show my screen. Give me just a second here, and I'll show the screen.
Yeah, when you're doing that,
Yeah.
if you, I can share a couple of things while you're doing that and give you
Yeah,
a
go
little
ahead.
bit of a break. You and I have been talking a lot about internet marketing, and I've kind of been, I've built some large teams and was really going back through and just, I kind of got hooked on this internet thing for the last 8 years, and really, quite honestly, have made my living from my office for 8 years. And at that time, we've talked on past webinars. I gained some weight, and maybe my health wasn't so good, but because I was in front of my computer forever. Now I've been going out, I've been working out, I'm feeling good, and I talked to you last week, and Jay Joshua, tomorrow night I'm going to my first networking meeting in about 8 years, and there's a local group of about 100 people, and I'm going to go out and just start meeting people again and just start talking to them. And it's just something that I got away from because I kind of fell in love with that internet idea. And then I just found today there's another networking group local that's run by the Chamber of Commerce. So I'll be joining two networking groups this week alone, and I'll start looking, and I'm sure by the end of the month I'll have 5 or 6 different groups that I'm going to, and just getting my name out there and just shaking hands and just meeting people again and really putting that out there. Because as much as we love the one-day work week, and I'm going to use the one-day work week also when I'm going to those networking meetings, and kind of what I'm having in mind, and I don't know, you can share how you feel on this, but my thoughts are, back when I was successful in this industry and really building huge teams, we always had a DVD or a CD or something we would hand out. So we would go out and we'd meet somebody and we'd say, how you like to make money, or you ever look at ways of making money outside what you're currently doing? If they said yes, we'd give them the DVD and we'd follow up the next day. Well, I'm seeing the one-day work week now as that DVD, only better because it's internet-based. I can send somebody a link in my email. So my plans are, Jay Josh, is I'm going to start going to these networking meetings. In the first month, I probably won't talk to anyone this first month. I'm just going to go out there and start meeting people again and just build some friendships. But I promise you, I'm going to build a very large team here in my area, Daytona Beach, and we're going to start having house meetings and hotel meetings. And within the next 90 days, we'll have a hotel meeting here in Daytona. And I'm also looking for some other areas in Florida to do the same thing with. So I'm getting back to grassroots. The one-day work week online lead production that you're doing is going to be part of my arsenal. But I feel a big part of what I'm going to be doing now going forward is getting back to how I built my entire life, and that is getting out, shaking hands, introducing myself to people, and just building relationships in my community. So I just want to share that because I always believe in leading with example, and so that's the example I'm setting. And any of you can call me tomorrow, or actually call me Wednesday, because tomorrow night's my first meeting, and hold me accountable and say, hey Dave, how was your networking meeting? And I'll give you guys a report on that. So I hope you're ready now. I just want to kind of share that while you're getting things set up.
Absolutely, and one of the things that I remember, I was in a mastermind of some very very successful business owners here in where I live in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and it was a mastermind that I was paid very well to put together, and I was actually working with Dan Kennedy at the time. Some of you know him, and we were in this room, and I'll just tell a quick funny story, and then a very poignant story. The first thing I remember from our second big mastermind, I think we had 12 business owners who were paying, I don't know, $1,000 a month or something to be a part of this business mastermind. It's where business owners who have large multi-million-dollar businesses are coming to get breakthroughs and take their profitability from 5% to 30%, etc. And so I was in this mastermind group, and I don't know what happened, but I was in the room, and I was just really passionate, and I was kind of talking to these business owners trying to break through, and I said, do you know why I sell my products and services so well? And everybody was like, no, why? And I said, it's because I'm the most likable guy that I've ever met. And there was just hushed silence in the room, and then everybody started laughing, and I looked around. I didn't get the joke, but in that mastermind, apparently I wasn't very likable, Dave, because I was telling these business owners what they didn't want to hear about their business and about their lifestyle, etc. So but from that same meeting, I'll never forget, from that same meeting, these business owners were all supposed to share some of the things that they were doing to improve the marketing of their business. And in that same meeting, everybody was, there's about 10, 12 people, and one guy would raise his hand and say, "Well, I'm doing some more newspaper ads." And the next business owner in the meeting said, "I'm going to go do some pay-per-click ads." And the next business owner was like, "I'm going to go do some direct mail." And the next business owner was like, "I'm going to join the Chamber of Commerce." And that's probably why I'm not very likable in that circumstance. But I had to stop them, and I had to say, not one of you have shared a marketing idea. Do you know what makes great marketing, Dave? What makes great marketing is a winning message. When you bring the right message to the right group of people, that's effective marketing. The medium that you use to bring that message to the market is just that. It's just a mechanism to deliver your message. The reason, folks, why the one-day work week is so successful is not because we get great pay-per-click conversions, which we do. It's not because we get, great traffic conversions, which we do. It's because people resonate with the message. So whether you're building online or offline or both, as long as you're willing to talk to people and you're talking to people who want more out of their lifestyle from a perspective of time freedom and financial freedom, when you share with them the message that is in the one-day work week, that's effective marketing. So if you want to grow your business and you want to make real money and you want to build a real business that can change your life, you've got to have great marketing. And where is that great marketing? It's not Facebook pay-per-click. It's not Google pay-per-click. It's not Solos. It's not any one of these sources of traffic or people that you meet at Starbucks or drop cards or a postcard. The real success of the marketing is the right message. And the one-day work week, folks, has the right message. So I say all that to say this. I'm going to jump in here. Again, we don't have a lot of time, but I want to make sure that I cover some of these points that we've added. Many of you probably know we've added a brand new compensation plan overview. This covers the new $500 success guarantee, which, Dave, that was just the missing piece that brought all of this message together for people, something that they could really see themselves achieving. And we're getting a lot of people getting really excited about that. Many of you have not seen this, but we've got the application process. We're getting between 1 in 5 and 1 in 10 people that we invite to the website through traditional means like, pay-per-click advertising, etc., to fill in the application. Now, people that we're personally inviting to the site are getting a much, much higher percentage of them filling out the application because they were referred into the site. And that we've added a couple of things here, what country they're in, what time zone is going to be best to reach them. And we've also done a couple of other really cool things here too. I'm not sure if you can actually see this on the screen or not, but this is a quick snapshot of one of the autoresponder emails that is now going out to people when they opt into the one-day work week. And again, I know that's really small on your screen, but a couple of things. Going forward from a couple of days ago, probably this past Saturday, folks, when a prospect opts into your one-day work week marketing link, when they opt into your replicated lead capture page, the autoresponder is going to include your name and phone number inside the autoresponder series. And that's really important. Excuse me. It's also going to take them right back to the correct page 2 that is your affiliate replicated page 2. So really, really important that if you haven't opted in a while to see that first email that comes out, use a different email address, one of your backup email addresses, opt in and make sure that you're logged into the right one-day work week link, your affiliate link, and you will see that your name and number is coming to your prospect and a link right back to the application page is going to your prospect. And again, that's not major technology, but it's really, really important that we have that completed, and I wanted to make sure that I got a chance to share that. So over the last 7 days, I'm going to just see if I can scroll in and show this a little bit here. Let's see if I can put this up on the screen. Over the last 7 days, we've averaged about a 19% conversion. But the one that I really want to focus on is this one right here. This one is a Facebook video that I want to show you that I uploaded to my Facebook page, just my personal Facebook page. I tinkered around with some ones on my fan page, but the one that really did the best was this one right here. I'm not sure if you can see that or not on the screen. But this, I just took the 1 day work week video, the little 7 minute video that's on step two of the 1 day work week, and I wrote this little ad and I put it up on my Facebook page. And this little ad generated 13 leads and had a conversion of 41%. So, and again, I don't even know if you call this an ad. I just uploaded my video to Facebook. I put, dreaming of a 1 day work week in the headline to get people's attention. And then I said, come see the world's #1 marketing system and get your free copy today. And I put a link to my lead capture page with a little tracking link in there. So I've had, it looks like, had about 10 people like it, one person shared it, and again, most importantly, I got 13 leads. Now, I did pay to promote it. It was $6.99, so I spent $6.99 and I got 13 leads. And are the leads any good, you ask? Well, let's kind of take a peek here and see if I can actually show you this application that came over from Facebook. Let's see here. Really hard to get perfect on my screen. But I'll just do my best here. You should see this popping up here in a moment. But this is one of the surveys that came in from one of those leads, and hopefully you can see it on the screen. Have you ever been in a business before? Yes. If so, what company was it? I've been involved in several. How much are you looking to earn? $10,000 a month. What's your monthly budget? $500 a month. Bottom line is that, now, Dave, some of the leads have not been this good. Some of the people have not actually filled out the entire application. But the bottom line is this, folks. Whatever you want to do, whether you want to build online, offline, or a combination of both, the 1 day work week absolutely works. One of the things I'm going to be doing this week, folks, is I'm going to be picking a domain name that can link directly over to my lead capture page so that I've got tracking on there. And I'm going to start handing out the $1 million drop cards. Now, this is something that's always been available to you in your 1 day work week back office. Let me see if I can zoom out here a little bit and kind of show this. But in your back office, you've got a drop card. And let me see if I can get that up here. You've got a $1 million drop card. Well, a lot of you can use this for, a lot of you can use this for your business card. I'll just click that right here on the screen so you can kind of see it. So you've got a $1 million drop card here. You can download the back of the drop card and put your custom ad on it. It doesn't matter. There's no wrong way. If you really, really have a big why, and you've worked with Dave, you've put together a custom plan so you know exactly what you should be working on. If you're talking to people and sharing the 1 day work week with other people, then you are absolutely well on your way to creating the lifestyle that other people only dream of, and you deserve to have that lifestyle. So with that said, Dave, I want to open up, see if you've got any questions here that I can answer. I wanted to make sure that we got through as many of these points as possible that have been coming up. But the bottom line is this, folks. The 1 day work week is awesome. It is a good marketing message. Doesn't matter how you get people in front of it, whether it's somebody you meet at Starbucks, somebody you work with, somebody you know, somebody who's tried to recruit you into business in the past, somebody you've worked with in a business in the past. It doesn't matter where you know those people from. If you have people on your list, you need to be sharing the 1 day work week with them. It's very, very important that you take action. Now, Dave, I know that you've been getting some questions, and I wanted to make sure that I had an opportunity to answer some of those questions because they're always coming up. We've got a few more minutes here on the call. So what questions have come up in the last couple of days or the last week that I can answer? Might be muted out there, Dave.
Yeah, no, I'm here, and was just listening to you talking. I mean, the questions I'm getting, people are asking, the 1 day work week. I mean, it's a great system, and I guess they're trying to just in their mind do what you just explained. Is how do you incorporate the 1 day work week into your daily activities? We sit there and talk about driving traffic and all that, and I don't really understand what that means. And if it wasn't for you training us, I wouldn't know. So, I think that really just incorporating this into your day-to-day routine, and I go back to that one question that I use all the time, and that is, hey Joshua, I know you're already a successful business owner, but do you ever look at other ways of making money outside of your internet business? And you're either going to say yes or no. And I had this conversation with a gentleman today, and once I explained it to him, I mean, he was really at ease and was very excited actually by this. And it's just a simple thing. Do you ever look at ways of making money outside of the real estate industry? Well, you know what? Actually, real estate's doing really good for me right now. I'm not looking. Well, Josh, if that guy's not looking, then let's not talk to him. And I think that, the issue people have with that uncomfortableness of talking to, people they know with industry experience or people they know that are business owners is they don't want to have that uncomfortable feeling. And if you ask a gentleman, a friend, somebody that's a business acquaintance, and you say, hey, Bob, I know you sell used cars. Let me ask you a question. Do you ever look at ways of making money outside of the used car industry? If he says no, guess what, folks? He's not a prospect. But if he says yes, he's now given you permission to send him the one-day work week. And the next step is, Bob, cool, sounds good. I got something I'd like to email you. Would you take a few minutes to take a look at it? And he's going to, again, it's going to say yes or no. And it's just that simple. So I think the biggest thing on the conversations I've had the last few days with people is just trying to figure out how to incorporate this into their day-to-day activities. And maybe you can elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, there's a couple of things. One, we should really talk about some of the things that Tim Sales teaches in terms of getting people to use the invite method to just simply invite people out to the webinar. But before you get there, I want to show everybody something that I put together, and this is one of my highest rated training calls, and I'll see if I can find a way to get that up on the blog here. Let me see if I can go find it right now, and I'll try to get it moved over to our One Day Workweek blog. By the way, folks, let's take a look at the One Day Workweek blog for just a moment. I want to show you a couple of really cool things because as we get moving here, let me take a look. As we get moving here, folks, there's going to be things happening really, really quickly. And for a lot of you, a lot of what we're covering is new information. Maybe this is the first time you've ever built a business from home or built a business online, and that's okay. But you're going to want to regularly check at onedayworkweek.com/blog. We've got some really important things over there. Number one, we've got our Get Started training. Now, that was put together, I think, about 3 weeks ago. It's got great information for new people on what they need to do to get started with the One Day Workweek marketing system, how they can get their link, etc. We've also got we've also got a video that we put together that talks about our flagship travel product. And folks, I got to tell you, the story of our flagship travel product is just absolutely incredible. I mean, it's an amazing product that's been sold for 20 years to private groups of people live in person, anywhere between $7,000 and over $20,000. And our travel venture alliance group, folks, is just absolutely incredible. Dave's always talking about his dream vacation or one of them that he took and how much money he saved. Dave has put together an amazing blog. I need to get a link to Dave if you can make a note to remind me. Dave's put together an amazing blog. It's really not a company blog, but it's it's really his blog where he's kind of keeping up with his journey, sharing with people just in his role as a master distributor, some of the things that that he's working on, and on his blog he's got just a ton of information. You can learn a little bit about Dave. You can learn a little bit about Max Lifestyle. Some of the amazing vacations that you can plan, and some of the savings that you can do. So, Dave, just remind me, we need to get a link to your blog up over at the One Day Workweek because it's just great. I mean, there's all kinds of great stuff on here. Travel, just sample savings packages. So really, really cool stuff. But we've got our training right up here on the blog, folks, for the Max Lifestyle Travel. Let me show that here. We've also got written out our guarantee. And a lot of you are starting to get some traction because you're sharing with people not only a business, but you're sharing with people a business that is so confident that when you mix Max Lifestyle with the One Day Workweek, we're so confident that when you follow the path we teach and you achieve those simple goals, find three who get three, that you're going to be making $500 a month, that we actually guarantee it in writing. And I took some time to write it out. I put it right here on the blog. You can find that at onedayworkweek.com/blog. So we've got our guarantee right there front and center. We've also got some links to our compensation plan. The most recent one is at the top. There's a couple of different ones for those of you that really want to kind of get in deeper. But we've also got webinar replay. We've got this amazing Max Lifestyle Company overview call we did last Tuesday, where we really went into a little bit more depth for prospects on our company, on our products that we offer, on the compensation plan, and they get a better opportunity in this longer, I think it's a 45-minute call. They get an opportunity to learn a little bit more about who Dave and I are, who Max Lifestyle is, who the one day work week is, and how they can really jump in here and participate with the team. But one of the things that's really cool is this is the first company call where we've really officially announced the $500 success guarantee. So we've got all of that. We'll probably get a replay up of tonight's call. We'll probably put that over here on Get Started. But we also want to get, Dave, a link up to your blog and a couple of other cool things. So, folks, make sure that you're kind of staying plugged into this. Now, Dave, going back to some of the questions that you were asking and talking about there, I really think that when people want to know, hey, what do I go do? Well, you got to talk to people. And Tim Sales, I mean, there's a couple of great trainers out there, folks, that I always recommend. Tim Sales is one. Danny Johnson is another. And Dave, I know that Tim Sales has made you a lot of money with his tools and training. So what's the quick overview there?
Yeah, let me comment real quick on that. A formula that I've used now, this will be my fourth company that I've used this formula, and each time I've made over $100,000 a year income, and it's worked every time. It's amazing. First of all, we have a guy named J. Joshua Beisel, who is a very successful network marketer who does presentations for us every Tuesday and Thursday. And so what Tim Sales taught us is learn how to invite, become professional inviters. All we need to learn how to do is invite. We don't need to learn how to present this. We don't need to learn how to know everything there is to know about the product, or to know the compensation plan inside and out, or to know everything there is to know about the website. We just have to get good at inviting. And we've got you've got me available 24/7 basically. I mean, I've got a guy in Australia that I'm sure I'll start doing. He'll probably call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, want me to do presentations, and I'm okay with that. As long as he gives me a little bit of advance notice, we'll make that work too if we have to. But here's the thing, folks, that get good at inviting, whether it's inviting to a Tuesday or Thursday night presentation, whether it's inviting to a one-on-one with myself, whether it's inviting to the compensation plan, which if you look right, I think can you click on the compensation plan? Is that there? Or not the webinar replay, that's what you have right there. So whether it's inviting to that webinar replay that Jay Josh has highlighted, you have to learn how to invite. And once you do that, everything else takes care of itself, because again, you start off with that question, do you ever look at ways of making money outside of what you're currently doing? If the guy says yes, he's giving you permission to go further. If he says no, then stop the conversation and continue on with whatever it was you were talking about, just not the football game. We don't want to talk about the Super Bowl, that's not a good subject. Anyway, so whatever that topic that you guys are talking about, just carry on. He's your friend. Continue being his friend. Again, the number one thing that happens and makes things uncomfortable and makes people not want to prospect, business acquaintances, is you prospect somebody and the guy says no, I'm not really looking, and you keep prospecting them for the next 3 months, and pretty soon the guy doesn't want to talk to you. And I don't blame him. If someone comes to me and says, Dave, are you looking? And I say no, I'll respect them and be their friends forever. But if they come back to me every week saying, oh, Dave, but you got to look at this one, you got to look at this, I mean, and they pester me, then sooner or later I'm going to stop answering the phone. So that's number one. Then number two is, once they've given you permission, you send them the one-day work week. You send them that link. Please take a look at this. Now, the only key there, the only trick there, is clear their calendar. So if it's 5 o'clock at night and you're calling Bob, and you say, Bob, hey, what's going on? You guys talk for a few minutes, and talk for a few minutes. This is a friend of yours. Don't just call and, pounce on him and say, hey, I got something, blah, blah, come watch this. We'll talk and have a little bit of conversation, and then ask him, hey, Bob, do you ever look at ways of making money? Or if you've already asked that question, you can just say, hey, Bob, let me ask you a question. What are you doing tonight? Always ask, do you have anything planned for tonight? What are you doing tonight? What do you got planned for the next few hours? Get him to clear his calendar first. Very, very critical. And then once he says, oh, really, I got nothing going on. Hey, perfect. I got an email I want to send you. I know we were talking earlier and you said you were looking for something. I'm really excited about this. Can you take a few minutes and look at it? It'll take you about 20 minutes or less. And then what I'll do is I'll give you a call back, tonight. Can you do it tonight? Yeah, I'll do it tonight. Okay, I'll call you back in about 2 hours. Is that cool? Yeah, that's cool. Boom, done. Email him, call him back in 2 hours. Now, the next step to that process, Jay Joshua, is calling him back in 2 hours. I don't understand why people finally get good at saying, "Hey, Josh, do you ever look ways of making money outside of being a rodeo clown or whatever their occupation?" If we get past that, then we finally get good at that. We finally get good at inviting, and we start sending the one day work week, and then we get good at that, and we then all of a sudden, we don't want to call them back because we don't want them to say no. Let me tell you a quick story, Josh, and then maybe next Monday we can spend the whole hour doing it because I can talk about this forever. This is exactly what I've trained on for years and years. But one more quick story. I was in a company called USANA 15 years ago. Had a great meeting, a great group growing. There was about 2 hours from my house, and I was going out there once a week and building this team, and we were having a great time and building a group. One day, a young lady walks in the room, very sharp, really dressed nice. I could tell that she was a business person. She was open-minded, an entrepreneur, really sharp girl. And so right away, when I'm doing meetings, I kind of, pick out two or three people that I think are pretty sharp, and I try to, look them in the eyes, and I try to do that thing. So we're having our meeting, and get all done, and I go over to her, "Hey, what'd you think?" "Oh, I love it." I said, "Okay, great." I said, "Any questions?" "No, I know all about this company." I said, "You do?" She goes, "Yeah, about 6 months ago, so I was at a meeting and someone prospected me. Someone showed me this business plan. I was at a meeting and I loved it. I love USANA. I love your company. I love nutrition. I love this company." I said, "Well, can I ask you a question, ma'am?" She said, "Yeah, sure." I said, 6 months ago when you looked at it and you were so excited and you liked the company, why didn't you join?" And she said, "Dave, they never asked me to join their team." And that's always stuck with me for the last 15 years. That person would have joined. She was ready to join. She loved our company, but the person who presented to her never asked her to be a business partner. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and stop for today. But like I said, this is definitely a passion of mine, and I can talk about this all night long. So hopefully that helps a few of you. Again, we're rocking and rolling, and just learn how to be good at inviting. Let me do the heavy lifting. Let Josh do the heavy lifting. Let the one-day work week do the heavy lifting. Let us do the heavy lifting on Tuesday or Thursday or a one-on-one. Again, I love doing one-on-ones. You're never wasting my time. Don't think, "Oh, I only got one person." That's my favorite presentation is one-on-ones. And guess what? With the internet, we don't have to go to Denny's anymore. What we do is we sign up, we get on the computer, we go to joinme.com, and we log them into the joinme.com, and I present to them just like I was sitting at Denny's with them, and we have a conversation. And one-on-ones are a lot different than what you see here because we actually talk and we have a conversation and we go back and forth. And some of my best presentations have been one-on-ones, and they may take 45 minutes, but when we're done, we've answered all the questions and people are excited, and we kind of go from there. So I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you, Josh.
Awesome, awesome, Dave. So quickly, what I've done, folks, is right underneath when you go to onedayworkweek.com/blog, when you go to onedayworkweek.com/blog, and right there, the first page that shows up should be the One Day Work Week. It should say Get Started. There's two links. One, Meet Jay Joshua. The other, Meet Dave Kanaski. And those are two links that you can click on. One of them for me is the Legend training. Now, this is the highest rated training that I've ever done. I've literally had thousands and thousands of people on here. This is just one of my old blog places that I've got it on. I had 163 people comment on it, and for those of you that know, I mean, you got to get a couple thousand people to watch it to get 163 blog posts, comments on it. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. And for those of you that want to get to know a little bit more about who I am and how I build a business and what my goal is for building a business, that's just a great link for you to click on and learn a little bit about. And then the next one is Meet Dave Kanaski. That's going to be a direct link over to Dave's blog. He's constantly updating it with new information, quick links. He's got some special deals on there. For those of you that want to learn a little bit more about our incredible flagship product, that's on there as well. So with that said, Dave, we've covered quite a bit here on today's call. And I want to make sure that we give everybody an opportunity to kind of digest the information. Bottom line is this, folks. Melvin just got his Max Team Leader Award today. We've got a ton of people out there who are, really starting to get in the groove there. And again, what I love about this, Dave, is that, leaders are going to come in and do what leaders do. But what I love about this is that, we are developing and training new leadership here with Max Lifestyle and the One Day Work Week. We've got people who have never made any money before that are now positioning themselves to make that $500 a month guarantee, to go out and make that $1,000 and $10,000 bonuses monthly, weekly, daily, even multiple times daily. And just remember this, folks, as we close out. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. And I say this on a lot of my webinars, and I get a lot of comments from people, hey, just out of curiosity, how can you always say that one phrase? And I'll tell you why, real quick as we close out. I was part of a personal development company, and I was really trying to break through in my network marketing life and in creating the financial success that my family needed, that I wanted to be able to give them. And I was on a call at like 8:30 in the morning, and I worked like 14-hour days. It was a real chore to get up and be on these calls and be fresh and focused. And they were only 10 minutes long. These morning power calls were only 10 minutes long, so you couldn't show up late and kind of get the gist of the message. If you missed it, you missed it. If you were late, you missed it. And I'll never forget where I was. I was on the phone, I had my headset on, I was in the bathroom, and I had both hands on the counter, and I was kind of leaning, and I was just staring at myself in the mirror, and I had my headset on, had both hands on the counter, so I'm kind of leaned towards over the bathroom sink, and I'm looking in the mirror, and that's when I heard that powerful message. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. Folks, you have to bring yourself and bring your life to the tipping point, the place where what you want bad enough is worth getting out of your comfort zone to take the simple action steps to face your fears, to move forward, to start gaining momentum and results in your business. And unlike a lot of companies and a lot of teams that I've been on, Dave, myself, and now a growing number of leaders are here to help you find the success that you, your family, your business, and your lifestyle so richly deserve. So I'll see each and every one of you at the top, on the inside, and on the beaches of the world. Here's to Max Lifestyle, folks. Bye for now.
To learn more about how you can create a solid full-time residual income by promoting our exclusive product line, go to www.maxnow.net. Thank you and have an awesome day.